So today we're gonna look over our BTR edition Elantra. There are a few changes that we made for the Chicago Auto Show. First of all, if you want to follow me here, our APR GTC 200 GT wing actually now has a 2.5-inch wing riser on it. What we noticed after the SEMA show was that the wing was kind of at a mediocre height. Not too low, but then again, not high enough. So we actually ended up going with a 2.5-inch riser that APR makes specifically for this wing to bring it up to more of a more roof level type, where it actually creates real downforce that the car may need on the track. Elantra also added their little piece here on both sides of the rear bumper, finishing off their full body kit. And let's walk over to here. The wheels provided by SSR from Japan. It's a beautiful wheel, especially the finish. It goes really well against our Lamborghini orange paint. If you look down here, you're looking at a Fella big brake kit. This was actually sent over from Korea to us. They were nice enough where we could actually run our BTR logo right on it, giving it that additional BTR edition flair. For this build, we actually wanted to really focus on the daily drivability of the vehicle and emphasize a little bit on the track side of things. So it's a good mixture where, you know, the height of the car is not too crazy low, so you can actually drive it daily without worrying about bumps or potholes and things like that. Riding on HSD coilovers, and Elantra actually provided us with this at the time, which was a prototype splitter for the front. Now we've actually added this little piece here. This was actually from Sequence. It is their Sequence Zero front lip for the AD Elantra Sport. So with that added, now the front splitter sits about an inch lower than how it was at the SEMA show. It gives an extra aggressive feel to the vehicle. Now I'm going to get a full front shot of it so you can kind of see what kind of look the actual splitter and the lip adds to the vehicle. Now on top of that, we ended up wrapping the top of the roof gloss black. So if I step back here, it almost looks like we have a full glass center section of the car, from the front window all the way to the back of the car. Right, so additionally we also tinted the windows. We normally don't tint our windows on our SEMA builds because we really want to show off the interior, but with this one we actually made a little exception, because with the windows being, you know, clear, seeing the inside was really good, but it really didn't bring out the whole aggressiveness of the build that we wanted to show. So after the SEMA show, we actually took it to our friends at Chicago Auto Pros, which did a fantastic job of the tint. Alright, so next we're going to look at the interior of the car. Okay, now let's take a look at the interior of the car here. Alright, first thing you notice is our floor mats. When we were building the car, we really wanted to spruce up the interior, but you know, we didn't want to go with the whole race car theme of the inside and do uncomfortable racing seats, roll cage and things like that, because we still wanted to keep that daily drivability, and also wanted to keep all the little comfort features that Hyundai includes with the car. So we actually took the OEM seat and we ended up restitching the whole interior with orange stitching. And to go with that comfort type of look, instead of using regular Hyundai carpeted mats, we did some diamond stitch mats. By the way, this is a wheel stand graphic that Hyundai left in here after the Indiana Auto Show, so that they could reuse that at the Chicago Auto Show. Ever since SEMA, we actually added this little carbon fiber shift knob provided by SoCal Garage Works. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to get here on time for SEMA, but we got it for the Chicago Auto Show. And our steering wheel, also provided by SoCal Garage Works. Excellent piece. Takes a little long to get, but you know, it's definitely worth the wait. The stitching also orange to go with the theme of the rest of our car. All right, time to check out our trunk setup. So this car actually has a huge trunk for the size of the car. So if you look in the back here, those are actually jack in the middle and 2 jack stands and a little toolbox, meth tank, methanol kit provided by Devil Zone, which is one of our favorite systems to use, and our spare full-size SSR wheel. So on a daily driving occasion, you can actually remove the tools in the toolbox, the jack stands and such, and use this as a full-size trunk, you know, to get your groceries if you need to. But if you're going on a track day, you can actually carry all these with you to the track day, nice and actually secured, so they're not going to fly around in the back and break anything. And once you're at the track, you can remove them, put them to the side. You know, do your thing, have fun, and if anything happens, everything's there for you. Okay, so the last thing we're going to look at is under the hood. All right, here we go. So this is the 1.6 turbo Gamma engine from Hyundai. We've actually ended up putting on a OEM Veloster turbo, which is slightly bigger than the turbo that comes in the Elantra Sport. And on top of that, we installed a Torcon air intake system and the Pierce Motorsports front strut tower brace. It also features a 2-point brace underneath the car, which you can't see at the moment. The car still actually has the OEM cats in place and things like that, so it's fully street legal, you know, passes emissions and all that jazz. So let me take you inside now that you've seen the outside of the car, inside of the car and everything. I'm going to take you into the shop and show you the next upgrade that's on the menu that we'll be doing after the Chicago Auto Show. Alright, so now that we're inside the shop, oh, what is this? This is actually a Veloster OEM turbo. But if you look at this little thing here that says tile, it is an external wastegate that we had actually put on to the OEM turbo. And let me lift this up here so you can see better. If you look there, that's actually a flap from the OEM wastegate that we have welded shut. So now the wastegate dump and the actual downpipe is separated, and when the wastegate opens, it actually lets the extra pressure out without disturbing the actual exhaust flow. This actually ends up giving us another 20 to 30 wheel horsepower bump. So wait for results on this after the Chicago Auto Show. Alright, so as ZB over here is installing an airlift kit on this FRS, we're going to finish up our video blog number 2 for this week. Next week, both the Focus and the Elantra will be shown at the Chicago Auto Show. Most likely what we're going to do is do a thorough coverage of the Focus at the Auto Show and post that up for you guys. And video vlog number 4 most likely will cover the Chicago Auto Show in full, because we'll be there during the media day. So you'll be able to see ins and outs of a lot of cool new vehicles, a lot of new concepts and things like that. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to share. All right, we'll see you next week.